Hey everybody, Dan the Wolfman here. I got an active self-protection rebuttal today about his new video, Am I Liable for a Bullet That Passes Through? John's brief. And the rebuttal is that while they are legally, technically correct, of course you are liable for any pill that leaves the barrel of your pew-pew in a defensive gun use. The fact of the matter is, as far as anyone can tell, and Air15.com is always asking other people, the guy from Arizona, anyone ever in history, a civilian in a defensive gun use, has never been prosecuted for a pass-through. Now, has it happened in military and law enforcement? Yes, particularly HRT SWAT teams, military, back in the day, 70s, MP5s loaded with hot 9mm 124 NATO rounds. So you throw that through an 8-inch barrel and possibly a can, it's cooking pretty good, and 9mm ball's gonna over penetrate. Anyway, has it ever happened in a civilian defensive gun use? No. So they're technically correct with Ask New Video, but that kind of helps perpetuate the myth of over-penetration being an issue. And that is a huge myth, really, because you make you think it happens all the time, and it's never ever happened, really, for a civilian. Now, police have to respond and work, to robberies and closer encounters and things like that. So it is a bit different. Also, over-penetration is a big myth. Of course, you do want good hollow points, like a 9mm 124 plus P HST. I also like 124 plus P Golden Saber, or 124 plus P Gold Dot. Those are all good rounds. And 45, I like 230 grain HST. I like 185 plus P Golden Saber. So you got to pick appropriate choices based on barrel length. Now, I've only heard of one case, hearsay case, and this was 2 for 1 shot, 2 kills. Well, I don't think they were killed, but a bad guy, an old guy home invasion by his nephew trying to rob him, probably a teenage skinny old meth head. And they dogpiled the old man coming through the door, and I believe it was 32 with ball, and so he was on bottom with the dogpile body stacked up, skinny eyes, and shot upwards, and 32 ball went through the first guy and into the second guy. Now, I doubt it had much penetration of the second guy. I don't think 32 ball even often goes out the back skin without getting caught in the skin or the back t-shirt. I have videos on ball FMJ and over penetration, and if it does or not. If it's 380 or under, I think you're just fine with ball. Worry more about the 7 out of 8 hits on average. NYPD, biggest data we have, they miss 7 out of 8 shots. Only hit 1.6 out of 8 shots fired on average, mean average, in a law enforcement defensive use. So, be way more worried about the misses that have full, potentially deadly force killing energy than the ones that are going to droop out. Now, 9mm and 357, no. You don't want ball, and yeah, there is a real threat of severely over-penetration pass-through hitting a innocent bystander. In 380 and under, I would not worry about it. In 45 ball, that's a little sketchy. Yeah, will it over-penetrate? Yeah. Will it probably bloop out and drop really fast? Yeah. Would I use it in a crowded city? No. If you're an older FUD like myself, not really a FUD. Would I use it myself? If I was in Utah, Montana, Wyoming, North Dakota, a free state, out and about on the range in a not busy area, hey, it ain't so bad. And if you look at my 4-part series, 9mm versus 45 ball, 45 ball does just about as much tissue crush without a failure of not expanding as cheaper, earlier tech 9mm hollow points, 2.86 cubic inches of tissue crush, which ain't so bad. Now, is it 8.08 like a HST 8.02 or 8.08 like a 230 grain or 230 plus P HST? Whopping no. Is it 3.96 like a HST or Gold Dot Plus P out of a 4-inch barrel? No. But is it bad? No. Will it overpenetrate? A bit. Am I telling you to carry ball? No. Am I saying if that's all that's in the gun, or if I'm going to the range and I happen to be loaded with ball, 45 ball? It's okay. 9mm 357, now. Different story, homie. Is it okay as your backup magazine? Perhaps. Is it okay for your extra mag, your third mag, fourth mag in the car that you can also use when you happen to be near a range? Yeah, that's okay. But that is not what's in gun. So, guys, don't be so worried about overpenetration. The rebuttal is technically they are, of course, correct. Worry way more about the misses than hits. And yes, worry about your backstop. And yeah, you should probably follow all safety rules as far as be aware of your backstop and what is beyond your target and what's beyond and all of that. Which I've argued with John on many things, including in home defense for a 7-yard shot. Do you really need tactical flight control buckshot, which will still be in the cup and go through more walls. Buckshot's going to go through. Birdshot, anything potentially deadly, is going to go through little shitty number of drywall, like up to 8 typically of drywall. But that's going to go even more when it's still in a shot cup acting like a slug. So do you really need it? Anyway, I digress. You might want to pay attention to that. And people that actually really study ballistics in real gel versus only Lucky Gunner clear gel, even though it's a good source. So, John, there's yet another one. Guy probably doesn't like me, but hey, I like some of the other guys. One of the other guys that's in Georgia, I like him. And it is what it is, people. Please thumbs up, share, subscribe. Look at my 9mm versus 45 4-part series if you really want to learn about ballistics. And you want to learn how to defend yourself. You want to learn 52 blocks. You want to learn jiu-jitsu. You want to learn catch wrestling. You want to learn about being able to defend yourself. You want to look at my new 50-round test with the Rex Delta coming out. Yeah, I do a 50-round advanced test, and there's a lot of good advice of stuff you should be training. Combining your footwork and different kind of hands and de-escalation tactics, you should be drilling it while you're at the range. Take care, guys. I'm Dan the Wolfman, keeping you safe. Stay frosty, my friends.